Hello, everyone. Welcome to the After Hours Knitting Group. I'm Celestia22, also occasionally known as Tanya. It's November 19th, 2016, and I've got Jen back again, because apparently she's a glutton for punishment.
I guess so.
And I've also got Andrea here this week from the CATT Lady Podcast.
Hello.
Occasionally known as Tanya?
Yes.
Isn't that your name most of the time?
Well, I'm honestly not even sure anymore.
It's just, why not? So if you are new...
I thought that was a clever way to cover up my screw-up.
Well, it's not clever if you tell us you screwed up. I'm Jen. If you are new to the podcast, you may also know me from my own podcast, the Uncreative Crafter. I can be found around the web as Storm Coast, and Tanya let me come in from the cold one day, and now I won't leave, so that's me in a nutshell.
Us Canadians are like that.
I know, so friendly.
I'm Andrea from the CATT Lady Podcast, and my little name bar does not work, but you can find me as the CATT Lady all over the interwebs, especially Instagram, and Crafty CATT Lady on YouTube. So I do a not-so-regular podcast these days, but you can check out lots of back episodes on YouTube.
And shall we jump right into, well, I guess we'd say hi, everybody that's watching. Thanks for coming back to the insanity.
Write comments in the little chat bar. We'll talk to you.
Yes. And we'll let Jen go first with whips.
Of course.
Yeah, knitting stuff.
Jen's in the middle of a row, as usual. That's totally fine. So I am knitting all of the things this week. And it's mostly socks. So the first whip I have are my Baker Street toe-up socks. These are sort of, and I can never pronounce her name, Kate Atherley?
I think it's Atherley.
Okay. And so I am sort of stealing just basic numbers and concepts from her book that I don't remember the name of the book, but it's linked on my project page. So the first one is all done. And if you watched the last time I was on right before Halloween, you'll notice that the first one was almost done that time too. Turns out I had cast on 20 fewer stitches than I actually needed. So to the frog pond it went. And I have reknit the first one. I decided against doing the afterthought heel, and I just did a regular little fish lips kiss heel because I was not in the mood to do an afterthought heel at that point. And I am just at the point now, and I am not stupid enough to try to do an afterthought heel live on a podcast, but I have just finished the foot on the second one, and I'm going to be working on the heel after. These are knit on US size 0 needles, 2mm, and they are living in a very dapper mustache chasing acorns bag, which I actually won on the CATT Lady podcast. It's got this nice slippery, is it nylon interior, so stuff doesn't stick to it. It's got a good drawstring, and then you can actually snap up the bottom to make it more into a box bag. And I just thought it was so appropriate with the little mustaches and Baker Street. So that is the first thing I'm working on. I'm in the middle of a row on my Hitchhiker. The Hitchhiker is a 4-pay pattern on Ravelry. It is by Martina Martina B is what I'm going to go with. And so it's just a little baby hitchhiker right now, and again, middle of a row on US size 2 needles, which are 2.75mm. They're my ludicrously long Chow Goose, so it's a big mess right now. But this is out of some Fiber Stash Dye Works Twinkle Toes, which is a sock yarn. And the colorway, when I bought it at New Hampshire Sheep and Wool this year, was colorway 81. I think 81. I think she's renamed it to Sparklers. So it is this deep navy with little pops of light pale pink, some white, and some pale blues as well. And so always need to have a hitchhiker going, I think. They're lovely, mindless projects. And then next up, I have my Teenage Mutant Fruity Pebbles socks, which is a mouthful to try and say. Also in Fiber Stash Dye Works, this is a sock blank, a double-stranded sock blank. So it's looking like this because I haven't finished ripping it out yet, but my actual socks look like this.
I love them.
Are they not like the most fabulous things ever? They are super bright and neon-y. The lighting here, daylight savings time, is getting a bit dark, so they're not quite as vibrant as I would like, but that's okay. So these are also being knitted on US size 0 needles, 2mm, my standard sock needle. I'm doing them 2 at a time, again using Kate, I've already forgotten how to pronounce it. Aetherly. I'm sorry, Kate. And somewhere down the line, my tension went a little wonky. I am pulling straight from the sock blank, so you'll notice the yarn is a little crimped. So I think at some point I didn't tension properly, and some of that crimp got knitted in. And so they're not quite identical anymore. They're off by a couple of stitches. But I'm told that you can't tell, and I'm being too picky and just to deal with it. So those are those socks. And
those are going to be awesome in the middle of like a blizzard. You have to wear
oh my gosh, right? Like, I just don't need anyone, like, I won't get hit by any cars. And because they're buddy-buddy, and I took them both to the New England Fiber Festival a couple weeks ago, they're both currently living in a Tangled Skein CA bag, one of her old-style knot bags. So, and then the last thing I have, since we went from neon, we might as well go to stop sign red. I am working on a scarf pattern. It is called December is for Stephanie, and it is a free pattern on Ravelry, and it is by Lorena Haldeman. Oh, wow.
Oh,
my camera does not know what to do with that. It is that bright in person. So these are on US size 6 needles, which are 4mm, and the yarn is called Lion Brand Pamela, and the color is scarlet, which I think is pretty apt. It is so bright it is blowing out the camera. And this is actually living in the Canada bag that Miss Tanya sent me, because my desk is not a mess and I'm so organized. So, it is in this lovely bag here, and I've got it in my yarn it in an attempt to keep the cat fur off of it. So there is an initiative out there called, I think, Foster Care for Success, and around this time of year, through parts of November and December, they collect scarves made out of red yarn for kids who have been in the foster care system. And I thought that would be a nice initiative to hopefully use up some of this crazy yarn. And the needles, actually, one of my coworkers, her mother had died, and she was cleaning out her craft closet, and she found some old needles, and she thought of me, which I thought was really sweet. And so these are actually so old that they had a Woolworths sticker on them.
Nice.
If you are not familiar with Woolworths in the United States, it is a department store that went out of business a long time ago. So I remember it from when I was a kid, but it's been a long time. And they are like plasticky, and Lion Brand Pamela is acrylic. And so I'm not going to lie, plastic against plastic is not, it's a little squeaky, but I like the sentiment. The yarn is actually, my dad gave it to me from when my aunt was making Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy dolls. They had that really bright, super red hair, and I guess my grandmother bought up like all of the bright red yarn in like a 30-mile radius, because I have like a gazillion skeins of this. They made it from the 70s to the early 90s, so this yarn is at least 20 years old, but I know it's going to survive the apocalypse, and it will also prevent children from getting hit by cars, potentially. So I just thought it was sort of a nice way to combine a couple of older things to do something nice. So, I mean, except for the squeaking, it's actually fun. Maybe I can get a picture where it's not neon red. I don't know. So that's what I've got. So I think next up we have Miss Andrea.
All right. I have a lot
Good.
of whips, and that's it. So this is my time to talk, and that's pretty much it. So first up in my little, let's see if I can find a good way to see it. Oh, my little kitty bag. This is from Kim, the Crafty Nomad, from the Crafty Nomad podcast, and she also has an Etsy store called Ebony Pearl, and that's EBONIE Pearl.
Tanya, are you presenting Andrea? Thank you.
Here I am.
Sorry.
So my first project is one of my awesome breast forms, and I had this order is a set of 2, so it's a boob. And if you have not heard of Awesome Breast Forms, they are an organization that makes these knitted prosthetics for cancer patients, people who have had surgery for other reasons, not just cancer. But here is their card. You can go to their website to become a volunteer. They have a Facebook group and all the jazz. But basically, they're kind of like knitted knockers, except they're like a lot better as far as their construction. And I don't know, that they're very into how they really want top quality. So you have to go through a whole like volunteer process and submit samples. And, you know, it sounds kind of annoying, but it's not. It's kind of fun, and you meet some new people. And they make you do orders every 60 days to stay current. So I'm kind of at the end of my 60 days. So I had to pick one order super fast. So I have a set, and they have, you know, they have their custom pattern with all the sizes and everything. So this will be a size C set. Size 4, double points. They also are very particular on what yarn you use, so you have to use a approved yarn, which this is a Hobby Lobby, so it's not like it's expensive yarn, but I love this cotton, which is actually really soft, and I've never used it before prior to this. And Hobby Lobby's not really close to me, but it's not far. You know, it's probably like half an hour, 35 minutes, so it's not like I bought a bunch. I went in and I bought a stockpile so I could make a bunch of orders. And this is the Woods. Oh, no, this is Spunky. I put that wrong. This is the Spunky colorway, so I have to change that on my Ravelry page and the notes. And they have different colors for different like skin tones, so it's all very, very in-depth. So, and then you need to get them done within like 3 weeks. So, which again, I did that all in a day, so I'm like halfway through one in a day, so it's not like they're hard to make either. So that's that one. And then the next one is...
Would it be harder if they wanted double Ds?
What?
I said it might take longer if they wanted double Ds.
And there are requests for very large sizes and very small. I did an A+ once, so small little one. And
I didn't know that was a size.
yeah, well,
so
you know, yeah, I was like in between. It was like close to a B, but an A. But so that was kind of fun. So next is my Exploration Station. So by Stephen West. And if you follow my other podcast, you will have seen the debacles of, or if you follow me on Instagram, of choosing colors. And, you know, again, maybe these wouldn't have been the colors that I would have chose if I would have went to the store and picked them out. But my goal was to pick out 4 colors for my stash that I could get to work together, because I have a lot of just oddball skeins of yarn in my stash. And I'm kind of getting, I think I'm done with single skein shawls, unless it's like the Hitchhiker. This one's single, and this one's okay. So an asymmetrical one, I seem to be okay with a single skein, but if it's a triangle shawl,
it's too small.
Yeah, or a crescent, they're kind of too small for me. Like the tails don't come around enough. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold still, so I sound like a man.
Mandria.
Mandria, yeah, there you go. So, always wanted a nickname. There you go. So anyways, so I picked out the colors and I finally just decided to go with them, and I like them. Again, it's maybe not something I would pick out if I went to the store, but I will wear it, and I think it's turning out pretty nice. So here's what I have so far.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Obviously the purpley one at the bottom. It's a little hard to see, but kind of dark. But the colors I am using are, 3 of them are Knit Picks, and that's just coincidence. So I have the Knit Picks Hawthorne Aquatic Speckle, and then the Knit Picks Hawthorne Alberta Arts. Yeah, that's the one that's hard to show up.
I like that one.
I like this one too. It's pretty. And then the Knit Picks Capretta, I think it is, and this is an MCN actually, in the Harbor, and it's just the teal. And this one was supposed to be the edging of my Across the Pond shawl that has been hibernating for a while. So now I have to go back to figure out what I'm doing, if I'm going to buy more of this, or if I'm going to pick a different color for the edging, because now this one's being used. And then the last one, this one's kind of the oddball one, but, you know, I think it's fine. This is the Destination Yarns, and this one's got sparkle in it too, so that's always kind of fun. And it's the Bahamas colorway, so it's just a series of blues. But it does have the same kind of teals that all the speckle and the Harbor color does. So, and actually they all have teal. They all have kind of a teal in it, so that's kind of the joint complementary or whatever, or similar color. So yeah, you got this nice big pop kind of a speckle because it's a lot lighter, but I think all in all it'll look good when it's done. So, and that is living in my awesome Star Wars bag from Tanya. And I can't remember who this was by. Was this like Two Quilting Sisters or the Quilting Sisters? Or you remember, Tanya?
I actually had their tag on my desk until like 2 days ago.
And I have their tag somewhere, but who knows where. If you saw what was next to me right here, yeah, we aimed the camera this way for a reason.
The Quilting Cousins bag.
Quilting Cousins.
There we go.
There we go. I knew there was some sort of family something or other.
I like how they all have like aquatic/water names like Harbor and Bahamas.
Oh, that's true.
I forget the third one doesn't.
We have Harbor, Bahamas. Okay, Alberta Arts, that doesn't. But
well,
the three do. Close enough. So I'm trying to go in order on the notes here. So let me hop over. The next is my Halloween socks. Yeah. What day is it today?
I believe it's November 19th,
and I
Andrea.
started these in September.
If you ask Brandy, that's fine because Halloween lasts all year long.
So,
Ready for next year.
Yeah.
But they were supposed to. I started in September because I'm like, okay, I'll get these done for Halloween. And here we are. It's mid-November, and I'm still not done. But I have too many projects going on, too, so that's partially why.
Also, you drove to Rhinebeck.
I did.
No,
and I couldn't knit. Yeah, see, if I would have knit in the car, these would have been done. No question. I would have finished these. But I didn't do any knitting at Rhinebeck, really. I probably picked them up for like 2 seconds. These are my Halloweeny socks. That's wild hair fibers. And so they're black with all these little...
Oh, I like that.
And I'm doing 2 at a time, like 1 at a time, but 2 at a time. On double points, size zeros. I think these are zeros. I'm on the ribbing for both, so just need to get the ribbing. And my goal is to use up the rest of the yarn for the most part. I'll try to save a little bit for a mini, so as soon as the yarn's up. So there's the cake from my Knit Picks ball winder. This is what happens.
I think that happens to all cakes, though.
It does, but I feel like it was like this from the beginning. Like,
yeah.
I like Brandy's response. She says that you can pretend they're for her, and that way when they're done, you just change your mind, and it's fine.
And then you're a terrible friend, but they're done.
She didn't know about them, so it...
There you go, right?
And I also have a Chasing Acorns bag, and Kim, she has a podcast, Chasing Acorns. Check her out. And mine is...
Oh my god!
Snapped at the bottom. And look, I got like cool little teal snaps, too. This is the Star Wars Sugar Skull design.
That is the best fabric I have seen.
I know, guys. And this is from Joann's. I think you can get this at Joann's. I thought I saw it there. Yeah. And then, I got she uses the same, like nylon, whatever it is, liner. She kind of bulk buys it, and which is a good idea. I mean, but I like the contrasting insides, but it is a good idea for making a lot of bags, just to do the
especially for spinners. If
yes, everything's really smooth in there, because if I put my spinning in my other bag, it gets all furry. So
yeah.
All right, so I think I only have one more on my list for knitting. Or no, it's not even knitting. I got crochet. Look at me.
What's going on? Crochet.
Crochet. Oh. And I haven't actually worked on this for a little bit, but my goal is to actually pick it back up soon. So this is a dragon scarf. So I have the body done. So we got.
You are not allowed to show my nephew that.
So there's his face.
Oh my goodness.
And that's the horns. And then I have eyes that are not sewn on yet.
That is so cute.
2 eyes. Can't really see them. Oh, there you go. And then I need to figure out other details. So the original pattern, I don't crochet much, so this was kind of a huge thing for me. The original pattern was, let's see, Dragon Scarf by Frogurumi. Something. Look at my Ravelry page. Yes, I can't.
Just keep trying. It's fun.
But she just had the body of it. That was it. And that was the, it looked like she had intentions of doing a full dragon, but she just did the body. So, but it was row by row, so it was perfect for me. So like literally every row had what to do, and then the stitch count at the end, which I still screwed up and it was off somewhere, but it doesn't matter.
No one's gonna know.
It's all single. It's all singles. It's like 100% singles. So.
Oh my goodness
and then, so
gracious.
this one I just I winged it. I wung it with the horns. I looked at pictures of other ones because there's a couple paid for patterns, but I'm cheap and don't buy a lot of patterns, especially when I can find one for free. So I made that shape, and then I made the eyes, and I think there's some other ones that have little legs on it. I don't know if I'm going to do the legs, but there's also wings. So I'm going to I'll make some wings, and that's probably I'll stop. And I've made this technically this was kind of a prototype, so I don't know if I'm going to give her this one or if I'm going to keep this one for myself, but our school district is the Lake Orion Dragons. So I made it for a friend. She just ran and was nominated for school board for our schools, and she's a Lake Orion lifer, like she's born here and whatever, so she's, and her son's in my daughter's class, so I was going to make her a dragon scarf, and then I was going to make myself one too. So I don't know if this one will be mine, and I'll make her one that might be a little better because I know what I'm doing now, or if I'll just give her this one. Because who knows how long it'll take me to get a second one done. Cheapy acrylic, red heart, which was really funny. I made this thing, and it was like so stiff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be terrible. You know, because it's red heart. It was big old skein from Walmart. But as soon as I threw it in the wash, you know, it's still not super soft, but it's drapey and wearable. You know, it was not wearable before. It was like starchy, like crunchy. Yeah. And now it's good enough. You know, it's a scarf. And you're going to be wearing it over a coat and whatever, you know. It's not like something like this where you're kind of hugging on your neck. This is more for decoration. And to be worn over a sweater or a coat or something. And that is in my BB-8 bag. See, I just realized all my bags are Star Wars except for one. That really wasn't intentional. This is my BB-8 bag from Brandy. So definitely getting use out of that bag. I pulled my sweater out of it to put this in there because I haven't touched my sweater since March. And that is it for crochet. And then on to spinning. I have been working on a merino silk blend from the Sheep Shed, and their Rhinebeck. They don't have a very good internet presence. They have a website, but there's not much on there. And they were at Rhinebeck last year and this year. So last year I picked up this 8-ounce braid for super cheap, and it was gray with lots of colors in it. So I started spinning that. It's kind of hard to see, but it's gray with lots of colors in it.
Oh, I like.
So, but it's 8 ounces, so this is half of it.
That is one packed bobbin. Yes,
so this is about 4 ounces. I haven't measured it, but I knew I had 4 ounces left, so it could be 4 point something or 3 point something, I don't know. But so yeah, I'm working on the second half, and then the goal is to make a 2-ply. So I need a ball winder that's not going to destroy my yarn, or I need to wind it by hand because the last hand spun I put on my Knit Picks winder, it was a challenge because it broke a couple times.
You need to take a road trip up and see me.
I need what?
You need to take a road trip up and visit me.
And just come and wind my yarn.
Ma'am, what is the purpose of your visit to Canada today?
To wind yarn.
I need to wind some yarn. That'll go over well. Valerie says, by the way, that her Knit Picks ball winder does the same thing.
And I've heard that too, but it was $20. So I'm like, okay, it's worth a try. I just threw it kind of at the end of an order. And I was like, okay, why not?
It's a good starter.
Because I had one that was, my stepdad came like a couple years ago, got it from a garage sale. He didn't even know what it was. He was like, I think this is something to do with knitting or whatever. And it was super nice of him. But it was like, it looked the same. It was the same style. It was red and white. It was a brother. Might have been a brother. I don't know.
A royal, maybe?
I don't think it was royal. Oh. But it looked the same as that. It was like an old school one. And the thing was clunky and loud, but it didn't do that to my yarn. And eventually it broke. I mean, eventually it did start to do that. So eventually something broke inside of it, I think, and I couldn't disassemble it. So I had to throw it out. So then I got the Knit Picks one, hoping that, same concept, it should be fine. No, it's not. So
yeah, mine still works, but I have one of the old ones.
Knit Picks. I mean, it works, but it it's clunky. So it constantly the yarn is slipping and it's going up and down, and so it's not staying.
Yeah, see, I didn't really have that problem, but I have heard that with the new ones, like they switched where they were.
Yeah, well, it's noticeable. So I mean, I guess you get what you pay for, but still, because I have a hard time blowing, $200 on a yarn winder, but if it's gonna do the job for life,
well, you get what you pay for.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Sarah says wind it by hand. That's free.
Well, I might. I might have to. And that's what I've been doing with my exploration station. I wound all that by hand into balls because I didn't want to deal with the winder.
Yeah, so. But to do the 2-ply, I think you have to do that fancy word I can't say.
Nostpin or Nostpine.
Nostpin.
Yes. Which you can do it on your hand. You can do it on a dowel. You can do it on anything. Like
I do not recommend doing it on your hand.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It hurts.
I wouldn't, but I saw some tutorials that you could. Lastly, in spinning, I've been playing around. I purchased some raw Rommeldale, I believe it was, from Michigan Fiber Fest in 2015. So not last summer, but the summer before. I have a pound of it, and it's sitting in a box. It's all cleaned. I did clean it as best I could. I mean, I'm new to this whole fiber processing thing, so it's cleanish. There's still bits of stuff in it, but I think that's normal too. And then I took a few locks and I carded it, and I'm terrible with hand cards. So I still don't know. So I don't know if this is right or not, but it seems to look okay. It looks a little bit, it looks a little fuzzy, and there's a little bit of slubby stuff in there. But I mean, I get that with regular stuff too. And again, it's carded and not combed, so I know that's different.
It'll block right out.
Yeah. I mean, anything I've ever made with my hand spun, none of that stuff's ever noticeable. But I took it was a two-toned. So there was brown, there was some white, and then there's the locks that are half silvery brown and white. So these I took some of the brown and white and mixed them together just to see what they would look like. So they came out, grayish. And so I just started playing around with that. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but because I have like a whole box full of so I probably have half a pound of brown. So I might just make that into one thing. But then I have a half a pound that's some brown and white, some white. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with it.
Where'd you get your spindle?
That is a nice spindle that someone from Instagram sent me. So her name is Izella, I think. And that's what I named my spindle. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Aww.
So yeah, I don't know what it was. It was from the podcast. I started talking that I wanted to try. Oh, yeah, because I tried to make a spindle. First I tried with a CD, but I couldn't find the proper center grommet things to fit. So that was a fail. And then I tried the polymer clay, and I think I just got too antsy, and that was a fail. So she ended up sending me, and that's what she learned. And then she made a YouTube video for me to show me how to spin. So it was super sweet.
Wow.
This was my first sample of that Rommeldale stuff. I chain plied it. It's really springy.
Ooh.
But I'm not really happy with how I chain plied it. And I don't know if it was just because I haven't chain plied on a spindle in a while, but I think I overspun it in a lot of spots. But it's really springy. So this was the mix of the brown and the white, just not carded as well. So it's more like there's white spots, there's brown spots, which actually is kind of fun. So it's probably hard. Yeah, you can see it there. It's more multi.
Oh, cool.
So that one I blended more. I made more passes. This one I didn't. I made 2 passes, and it was kind of more speckly, heathered. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So that's it for works in progress. Too much. And I have more. I actually have more, but I'm not actually working on them actively, so you're just not going to talk about them.
I'm jealous. Because, I've got one whip. And you've all seen it a million times.
But it's gorgeous.
It is, and I need to unwind some yarn so I can hold it up.
You had all that time to get ready, Tanya.
Yes, but I was knitting and I used up the yarn that I had originally stretched.
Excuses.
So, it is getting really, really, really
my
big.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh. I just dropped my needle.
No.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I just stretched it. It is now on a 60-inch, and either 2 40-inches and a 32-inch, or 3 40-inch. So it's over 170 inches around right now. but it's pretty.
Oh, that is very impressive.
And I've worked on this like a bear this week. I only have 9, we'll say 9.5 rows to go until the edging.
And how big is the edging?
The edging is about 26 stitches wide all the way around. It's an applied edging. Well, essentially a knitted on edging. But yeah, so you go to the end and then you cast on, I think you cast on 21. And then it works out to be 21 to 26 around, and it's an 11 row repeat. Figured it out based on how many stitches I'm going to have. It's going to be almost 200 repeats.
Wow.
Of the 11 row repeat. But it's getting there. And sorry, it's the oak leaf shawl. It is being knit on US 8s, which are 5mm, out of Knit Pick Stroll in Glimmer in the Bear. So, just plain. It's sparkly. It's pretty. I like it. I'm very happy with it now that it's big enough to see how it's looking.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
I can go on with it, over and over and over every week. But that's it. So we'll go back to Jen.
For finished objects, and I don't have any, so neener.
Oh, and Andrea doesn't have any either.
So it's back to Tanya.
I don't finish things anymore, apparently.
I just cast on lots of new things.
I cast on and frog. That's my thing now.
You have so many pretties, though. And all the spinning. Oh. All this talk about. Well, it'll get done. Yeah, I cast on and finished one thing this week because I needed some color, and I'm all stressed out about stuff, so I'm trying to plan everything for the wedding way in advance so that I can just relax until then. So one of the things I was thinking about for decorations was hanging up little knitted hearts. These.
Aww.
So I knit one to see how long it took and stuff, and it takes way too long, so those won't be happening, unfortunately. But it's really cute. So
too bad I know a chick with 26 skeins of stop sign red yarn.
Oh,
change your mind.
Well, gee.
Not to knit them, but for the yarn.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. I'm not that quick. But that was the flat heart pattern. There was actually, I had 3 picked out. I had one that was knit in the round, one that was knit flat, and then one that was crocheted. But yeah, so that was a flat one. It was done out of worsted weight Bernat satin, just regular acrylic in my stash on US 4, which is 3.5mm.
Well, what if you hung one over every table? Would that still be too many?
No, I could do that.
I have these ideas sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could recruit knitters that you know to help you make these things.
That would be cool. I don't know. Yeah. I saw a picture of someone that had a wall of, or like a whole bunch of them hung like on multiple lines on fishing line. It's like a backdrop, and it was so pretty. But yeah, so I changed gears and decided I would do a backdrop of paper cranes hung on fishing line, because I used to teach classes how to do this, because one of the books that we read in school.
What about paper hearts? Have you looked into like how to make paper hearts?
I haven't. I bet I
don't know
could.
if there is. I assume there's got to be something, but.
Well, I know there is an origami heart. I didn't think of that because I automatically go to paper cranes, because we did Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, so I learned how to make these when I was little, and I used to go into the classrooms when they were learning that and teach the kids how to make paper cranes.
There's also paper birds that are like, cranes are adorable, but they, for some reason, take me forever to make. So I found this one for these little birds, and I just whipped off like 100 of them. Like,
well, see, I've already got a box of these somewhere. Okay. See if I can find it. But yeah, they take me no time at all, just because I've made so many of them. I wanted to show you, where did I put the little box? I dropped it.
Tanya's invisible. Ah!
Tanya's knocking things off of her desk as always. But I wanted to show these because they're just so darn cute. This is what I used to do in class. And this is how I started going to the little classes to teach them, is because one of my teachers and the oh my goodness gracious, what do you call the head of this school?
Principal?
The principal, yes. The principal was in my classroom and saw me making them. But, so I used to make...
Holy moly.
Yeah. This is what I used to do in class, was make these super tiny ones. Now,
no, crane down.
So you see how little that one is. And then I would cut that paper in quarters and do those ones.
Oh my gosh.
What? I'm sorry if I'm blowing anyone's ears out, but what?
If I was really tired or bored, I would break it even further and do those ones.
You can't even see that. You can't.
No, there's... Have I entered the Matrix? Like, what's going on right now? You need to take a picture of it and send it to one of us, and we'll put it on Instagram for you. That is ridiculous sauce.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you pull out another crane...
I have two of the mini ones here, and I was trying to get one of them to sit up properly so I could show you closer, but they're a little bit... I don't know why they'd be so fiddly. I mean, it's only, the size of a...
Pinhead?
Do you know what I would do to that piece of paper, Tanya? I would try to fold it, and it would instantly be a little crumpled ball of garbage. Like,
there you go.
Oh my God. How many millimeters? Is that even a millimeter?
Yeah, it's a couple millimeters.
Oh, a couple. Sorry, it's bigger than I'd expect.
Now I have to actually measure.
Sarah says there's a giant one just off camera.
I have done one out of Bristol board that ended up being this big for the center of the classroom, because we ended up hanging them in one of the classes.
Oh, that's too funny.
If you go from wingtip to wingtip, so from here to here, on the tiniest one, it's 5 millimeters.
That's
so half a centimeter.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they just live in one of these little boxes. That's also organized.
Are you sure you don't want to fold them a tiny box to live in?
That's
You did fold them a tiny box. Oh my God. Meanwhile, I can't boil a pot of water to save my life, but Tanya can make super tiny cranes. Oh my goodness.
They're little and cute. So now I have to decide which size I want to do.
Make the ridiculously tiny ones.
No one would be able to see them, though. How would you pierce them with a needle?
I don't even know. The needle is bigger than the cranes. I don't even know, man. I don't know what's going on. I need more water. Sheesh. It is water in this glass, isn't it? Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Would you like to move on into stash then?
Yes, please.
Well, I'm the first one for stash, and I'm at my kitchen sink filling up my water glass. But Miss Brandy, Eat My Yarns, released her first pattern on Ravelry. Was it this week? Was it only this week?
It was.
I think so. And so she very generously gifted me a copy of that. It's a very neat pattern, and she includes instructions for both self-striping and variegated, I believe. So thank you very much, Miss Brandy. I am always happy to get a new sock pattern. And then the only other thing that I got, and it's not technically knitting related, but I thought I would mention it. I have recently updated my fiber stash, and it turns out that I haven't done that in about 2 years. So awkward. I'm like, oh yeah, no, my fiber stash is under control, and then I'm updating it, and I'm like, this is not under control. And So I downloaded this app called Days Count, and you can do, countdown timers like countdown to Tanya's wedding, countdown to blah, blah, blah. I was actually more interested in the count up aspect. So I have this app on my iPad, and it tells me it has been 13 days since I purchased fiber. And it has been 13 days since I purchased yarn.
Woohoo!
So you just put in the date there, and if it happens to be in the past, then you're good. But I thought that might help me stay a little bit more accountable. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm watching my yarn diet. I'll just buy more fiber. And then I'm like, oh my God, I have added 22 individual new fibers to my stash in the last week, and there are 6 more hiding in my house. And yeah, so.
But they weren't all new.
So this is why you've been looking at reels now.
They weren't, well, that's for later. They weren't all new. It's just that I hadn't taken the, and Andrea gets on my case about me not stashing and me not taking pictures of things and whatnot. So I'm like, I've got daylight. I'll take some pictures. And 22 stash entries later, I'm like, this is horrible. You
But
don't
now it's all
spin
up to
fast
date.
enough. It's not. There are still 6 months that I don't know where they are.
Okay. It's close. I mean,
It's
I
more
have
up
a
to date.
few random loosey-goosey things laying around, but all the good stuff is all up to date.
Yeah, so that's what I have
How
for
do you
stash.
lose fiber?
It's not lost. It's in a very safe spot.
No, it's lost. How do you lose
No.
it?
It's in a safe spot.
And how do you know that it's even there then?
I can think of the 2 that I bought when I was with Michael are in the bag still.
Okay,
and then
so
I
they're
got
current too.
the one from Vermont Sheep and Wool, and then the one from Rhinebeck, and then there's the one from
You
Lynn,
lost
the
something
Fat
from
Cat.
Rhinebeck?
No, I know where that one is. I just don't have room. I ran out of daylight,
Okay.
so. But I did recently find my sports bra. So.
Have you found your bead crimpers yet?
No, but I found my sports bra. When's the last time I went to the gym?
Yeah.
It's been a while. So anyway, that's what I've got for stash. Breast forms and sports bras. That's today's title. So Andrea has some stash now. Tanya, if you'd like to present her.
Yeah.
Not the most current, but I think I always forget to talk about my stash on my own podcast because either I'm doing a mini episode and not really paying attention to what I'm doing, or I just forget because I put it on Ravelry and then put it back in my little cubby, and then that's it. So I will share it here since why not? But first, I will mention that I also got the running through socks pattern from Brandy, so thank you. I don't think I officially thanked you, so thank you. And I will go a step further if I can figure this out and show. Let's see if I do this right. Screen share. Nope, that's not going to do it, is it? Oh, I don't know. Entire screen. Okay. Give me a minute here. I'm figuring things out. I just want to show everybody. Whoa.
Whoa.
Does that work?
There you go.
Did that work? Oh, look at beautiful. Woo. Okay. Whoa. All right.
That was very Star Wars.
Oh, well, that was interesting. But anyways, on to the yarn.
Super special effects today.
My local yarn store, or a local yarn store, I have quite a few around here, so it's not the one that's in my town, but it's a neighboring town over. Was having a sale on their Richard DeVries yarn, or Yarns by Richard DeVries, who is a Canadian. And Jen had recently bought some when she was out to visit and made the barley hat.
So gorgeous.
And so ever since then, I've been like, oh, I should go up there and pick some up. I should go pick some up. Well, I got an email one weekend saying 20% off Richard DeVries. We're discontinuing carrying it. I'm like, oh, I better go and get some. Plus it was on sale. So and there wasn't a huge selection. It was kind of, I spent way too long there looking, trying to, because I figured, okay, I want to get something for a project. I'm trying to be more careful about my yarn purchases. I don't have a huge stash. I really don't. In the grand scheme, I don't have a ton of yarn. But I have a lot of, like I said earlier, oddball things that now I don't know what to do with any of them. And I don't want to do a single skein shawl with a lot of these. And, you know, obviously I can make socks with a handful, as long as I won't make socks if they don't have nylon in it. But I figured, okay, I'm going to buy something with a purpose. And I still don't really have a purpose, but I thought I bought enough that I can make me a shawl. So this is worsted weight. And again, I don't know if it's enough. I'm hoping it's enough. But the first one is And I have better pictures in my stash because I have updated my stash. But this is the She's Here colorway. It's 175 yards. So yeah, it's only 80 grams. I feel like it's a little bit, I don't know, I feel like a little gypped. Because, I usually get 100 grams, but whatever. So, and it was, same price as any other yarn, I think. Maybe not.
The skeins are weird sizes, I think.
They are, but there's the tag. So it's kind of a berry color, kind of. And then to go with it, I got this one, and I lost the tag on that one apparently, but this is called Heather. So this is one of those fun, speckly ones. And then I thought to kind of, because 2 I don't think is going to be enough. That's only going to be, I don't know. It might be. I don't know. I'm not good with figuring out yardage of things, especially worsted. Like if I made a shawl, I don't know how many yards are needed for a worsted weight shawl. But I got this, and this is just a local yarn. This is from Stonehenge Fiber Mill, which is in Upper Michigan. Shepherd's wool. So, and it's brown. It's obviously hard to tell on here. It's kind of coming out dark, but it's just a dark brown. So with the 2, thought it would look okay. So
very.
Purchasing this consisted lots of messaging to Jen that day.
Yeah, Jen was trying to work. But...
pictures of the yarn wall. Like, what did I get?
This color, I'm working.
You didn't tell me you were working.
I'm always working.
Oh yeah, but
between the hours of 7:30 and 5, I'm working.
Well, it wasn't a weekday. It was like a Saturday.
Was it?
Or a Sunday. It was the weekend.
I was probably working.
Well, you didn't tell me.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't hear from you during the day on Monday through Friday, so I'm aware of that.
I know you pick good colors.
So I like pinks, so and darker colors. So that's all I got. And I got a zillion patterns from the Knitters Pay It Forward shenanigans that went on last week or 2 weeks ago. But she didn't even list, and I don't know. I just downloaded all the patterns, and I took advantage of the Stephen West sale and downloaded a bunch of those patterns too. So I'm rolling in patterns.
Size wise, that's 700 yards of worsted.
So how much? 700?
Yes, 700 yards.
Well, you don't have 700.
No, I can't math. I have 175 times 2, which is what?
350.
Okay, so 350 plus, this one was bigger.
Why are we trying to math live?
Yeah, 350 plus 250.
600?
600. So that's, yeah. So
I made something asymmetrical.
It'd be similar in size.
Yeah.
And this is big enough for me, so you'll get a nice sized one.
So I just need to figure out a pattern, or if I just want to wing it and make just big block stripes, or I don't know yet. So yeah, plenty of other things to do first.
All right, and I don't have any stash other than Brandy's pattern, which has already been mentioned and is lovely. I completely, yeah. So I guess moving to podcast news. So we have the holiday craft all the things. Since we've got the craft lady here to tell everyone about fantastic crafting things, which started November 1st and will be going till January 10th. Anything you can tie into any of the wintry holidays counts for that one. Other podcasts, some of their cows going on. We've got both Winter Camp and the, what are you calling it, Sarah? The mini sock advent calendar thing are both being hosted by the Canadian Knitter Podcast. The Bookish Stitcher is having her Sparkle Cow.
I threw that one in because I'm knitting something sparkly. So if you want to knit something sparkly or crochet something sparkly, or probably should evenly spin something sparkly from now to the end of December, I think. I don't know that she has a thread up yet, but she said whips could count.
No,
so.
I have my exploration station that has some sparkle in it. It's not full sparkle.
Try. Sparkle all the things.
But am I really going to finish that by the end of December or whatever?
I don't know. Are you?
I still got to make my Christmas socks too for my husband.
Oh.
I probably need to stop my Halloween socks and just Jump to Christmas socks.
Priorities.
Except those are on size 1s, I think, or 1.5, so they'll go faster.
Okay. Good luck with that.
I did it last year. I knit my own and both kids within like a month. And I finished it like the 24th.
Those were, yeah.
So
I love the pictures you took of those
I
too.
need to get his socks in there so that will all match. And I'm hoping the kids fit theirs. I have to try Emily's on. I should do that today.
You've been procrastinating. You're afraid.
I am. David's fit. I think I already tried his on. So. But Emily's got the massive feet, so I don't know.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We will.
And then for shop updates, I threw in the fabulous Sue of the Two Tangled Skein podcast, and the Tangled Skein on Etsy has finally reopened her Etsy shop. She has a brand new selection of bags. So she used to do the knot bags like I was showing off earlier as this yarn cascades over me. But she has changed to a different style of bag. She'll still do the knot bags if you're interested, but she's trying out something new. And she actually also just started dyeing yarn as well, and she has a Marilyn Monroe inspired collection up right now. So you should go over to her shop and check it out. And quite frankly, the prices are awesome.
Good prices.
If you're an American right now, like, our exchange rate is killing you guys. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
I can't complain as an American. It's also a shopper, so.
True. And she did show them off on her latest episode 181 of Two Tangled Skeins.
Like today's episode?
No, last weekend's episode.
Okay, yes.
Today's isn't up yet, I don't think. They'll be recording it right now. That's why they're not here.
I think no festivals. I think we've moved out of festival season for a little bit.
Yes, we have.
Fine by me. My wallet needs the vacation.
Yeah, there's all the sales going on though for things next week.
Mm-hmm. So, any new podcasts anyone's been watching? I haven't gotten any new ones.
Nope.
My week has been a blur. I did catch up. I caught up on all my usual suspects this week.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, pounding through this shawl. But no new ones. So, favorite things in Chick Chat? You've got a couple in there, Jen.
That's all the Jen show again. So I wanted to mention, at least in America, we've got Thanksgiving coming up next week. And after that, you've got Black Friday, which so glad I am not in retail anymore. So not looking forward to that. But in America anyway, after Black Friday is Small Business Saturday. So that is just something I thought I'd mention for people to keep in mind. That can be a small local business in your own community. That could be an online retailer that you want to support as well. But please just remember to consider supporting the small businesses. If you think about it, that's money in someone's pocket to send their kid to school or to buy groceries to help keep the money in your own community as well. So I thought I would mention that. Christy of Fiber Stash tried to strong arm me into helping her update her website for it. And I said, I love you, but I don't love you that much. So, and then I am like teetering on the edge right now. And I'm very close to being talked into it. But the electric eel wheel, if you guys are familiar with e-spinners at all, I think that Ashford makes one, or Hanson. I forget which one. Hanson.
I think we saw them at Rhinebeck.
And all my friends are doing it. And the electric eel wheel 5 is currently in its Kickstarter. Their goal was $5,000. I want to say they're at like 36. They're at some high, ridiculous number of money already. And so basically for $179, you will get the electric eel wheel. The price is going up to like $250 after the Kickstarter's over. And I probably wouldn't get one at that price point, but that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, and it's $10 shipping, so it's still under $200 out the door.
Oh, is it? I didn't even look at shipping.
And now you get a car charger with it.
Yes. So.
And if they reach 50,000, there's something else, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was though.
And I think if you get like $212, you get like 11 bobbins with it.
Yeah,
that's insane.
I have plenty of storage bobbins and other bobbins. The 3 is fine.
Oh yeah,
I was gonna say.
I would totally go for the extra bobbins.
the less bobbins I have, the more likely I am to finish things instead of just being like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll just start a new bobbin. So I didn't know if anyone had experience with any electric wheels
Yeah,
or.
I'm nervous just because I have no experience with electric wheel, and I don't know if it's something I will like or not. And I feel like I've talked to some people that have had a hard adjustment to it. But
Mhm.
then, some of our favorite friends like Brandy and Sue, they love theirs. So
Yeah.
they have the eel wheel too, exactly like the older
I
model, right?
believe they do.
I know Brandy
have
does.
that.
Still, I
Yeah.
think Sue does too. So
Yeah.
they both love them. But I'm so used to the treadle wheel, so I know it's gonna be a lot different and
It's
makes
so
me a little nervous.
small,
But
like,
it's small and portable. Like that's what I
so
want.
small.
I want something portable that I can take with me places. I can use it in the car. I mean, come on, how cool is that?
Yes.
And I watched a video today of the creator guy, and he said he's not really much of a spinner, but he spun a whole 4 ounce or most of a bobbin full in 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
pretty
and he did say it was 4 ounces that fit on the one bobbin.
Yeah, he said actually, if you read the description, they say 5 ounces will fit. So
it
which is
does.
Yeah.
So it's very tempting. So I don't like the wait. I don't like the waiting period. I agree that kind of. But
I waited 4 years for my wheel, and it was worth it. So I'm really, really, really tempted.
I thought about getting a pocket wheel, and that's the same thing where you have to wait like a year. There's like a year or two waiting list, and that's a very, very small, but it's a treadle wheel.
Mm-hmm.
But I know a couple people that have those and love them. But,
I mean, to me, like, I love the concept. I love the portability. The size is ridiculous. I live in a tiny apartment and it would still work, but there is kind of that sense of, like, I know for me, I love spindling. I love treadling because it's a little extra connection to what I'm doing. I'm not saying that it's cheating or that it's not real spinning, but it's just, I don't know. But I mean, that portability and that size.
And you have your treadle wheel, so it's like, you're just kind of
yeah.
increasing your inventory, so to speak.
Yeah.
I need it to help spin up those 20-something new braids of fiber in my fiber stash.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, like, I could spin up an 8-ounce braid so much more efficiently, probably.
Right. Yeah.
And as much as I love the process, I am also impatient and like things finished too. So.
Yeah. Although there are no limits. I'd like to be able to
take it to my in-laws' house. They live about an hour away. I could do it in the car, and then if we're there for a weekend or an extended time, it's like I've always tempted to drag my whole wheel there, which is just not practical. I have an Ashford Traditional. It's not very portable. But at the same time, I need a new ball winder too. So for about the same price, I could get a really top of the line ball winder. But
yes, I do like my ball winder.
But I would probably use a spinner more than a ball winder. Maybe. I mean, I'm not really winding that much except for when I'm spinning. So I kind of need both because that's my primary use of my ball winder now is to spin up my single so I can ply from a center pole because it's the most efficient instead of plying from 2 bobbins. But
maybe they'll have a Black Friday deal on fabulous ball winders.
Where do I get a fabulous ball winder?
I would say the Woolery.
Okay.
That's where I got mine, yeah.
Tanya's is this
I think I remember
Shocked.
Okay.
I don't remember. But then there's also, and I've not tried this on the Nancy's Knit Knacks.
I've heard that one has some issues.
Yeah. I've heard both of them have issues. So
true.
You've got people who are very strongly in one camp or the other.
That's true.
Well, that's with everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very true.
I will admit, my first ball on the shot it worked fine, but it did have some issues on the center. But the last 3 have been perfect. And it winds so much faster than like my old Knit Picks one.
I mean, and they sell ones at the yarn store for maybe like $50. And I wonder if, just a middle road step up would be enough, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if I didn't have gift cards saved up, I would not have splurged on this one, but since I already had my loom and I had the gift card saved up to buy the loom, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
So have you ever used an electric wheel, Tanya?
I have tried the Hansen.
We should have tried one at Rhinebeck, but of course
was there one?
We didn't. The Hansens were there, I believe. They had a little display. I think they were next to Loop.
Oh, I managed to avoid looking at Loop.
Okay.
I avoided the whole Miss Babs loop
Yeah.
back half
you
there.
were into the world, which was right
Yeah,
across.
but I
the
was in the
road.
front half, and then
Yeah.
people were like, "You work here," and I'm like, "No, I don't, but thank you."
But I mean, it wasn't really on my radar at that time.
Yeah,
So.
me either. Thanks a lot, people, for telling me about Kickstarter.
But I was looking for a portable wheel while I was at Rhinebeck, so it all kind of comes together. But again, I'm nervous about just the feel of an electric versus.
Well, they definitely have a learning curve to them, but so does any other wheel.
Yeah.
True.
So as long as you give
is it
yourself the freedom.
Is it going to feel like you're a beginner again, kind of?
Maybe.
Well, yeah. It's like, even if you switch to another wheel, you have you have to find that sweet spot where it works for you, for your uptake and all that stuff.
What is it? What was it? The Hitchhiker? No, it wasn't the Hitchhiker.
What was it?
Roadbug? Yeah.
Ladybug?
It was the Merlin.
It was the Merlin Trees wheel.
Oh, okay.
Roadbug, I think, is right.
It might have been a Hitchhiker, actually.
It was the other one, though. It wasn't the Hitchhiker, which they're essentially the same, except that it has a handle on it.
Yeah.
But it felt awkward, so. It didn't help that there were people watching me, and it was a floor model, and someone was going to buy it, and so.
I don't know. So, something to think about.
You don't
talk me into it. Talk me out of it.
You got what, like 20 days?
27 days? Like a couple of weeks, and it's nice that they don't limit how many people can be on each reward, essentially, because if it was like, oh, there are only 3 spots left, I'd be like, oh no, but now it's like I have some time to weigh the pros and cons. Like, do I need another wheel? But at the same time, like, I have a shoebox larger than this wheel. So
yeah, you should watch some of the videos too.
I did. It's so tiny and so quiet.
And I'm gonna go watch some more videos.
I'm really teetering. I think it's gonna happen.
Do it.
But yeah,
I'll convince you to do it.
I know.
Do it and then come visit me so I can play with it.
Oh goodness! So
I do need to come make a visit because I'm pretty close to you. So
yeah,
that needs to happen sometime.
See, if you're thinking about getting one of the expensive,
I can come test.
Well, why don't you can come test one out? Yeah, no, I really like the wheel, but the whole wedding, saving up for immigration stuff, and potential house buying. Wheel's not really high on the priority list.
Maybe it'll be your first anniversary present.
Ooh, there you go.
I don't know. Isn't wood like the first anniversary present or something?
Paper is
I think it's paper.
Yeah.
It's bamboo. It's close enough.
Yeah.
If you can make it connect to paper, then we'll let you go with it. So do we have any questions or anything from the audience today? I think we lost them a little with our wheel talk.
Sorry,
we didn't talk about ice cream today or anything.
Oh, ice cream, waffles, maple syrup.
Starbucks. I had my red cup today. Venti. I'm nice and wired now.
Yeah, Andrea thinks it's a good idea to drink coffee at 4:00 in the afternoon.
My kids have been insanely bad today. Like bad. Like we caught them jumping off the dresser this morning.
Oh
My goodness.
Dear.
And almost broke the ceiling fan because they were hanging things from it and turning it on.
Oh.
Really bad this morning. So it's been a really rough day.
They're experimenting with science.
And I had a Groupon for $5 for a $10 Starbucks card. So,
all right.
I got 2 Starbucks for $5.
So there, I was gonna say there's your $5 to your wheel, but no, towards Starbucks. All right. Well, so there will be a VCAN tonight, Tanya. Usual bat time, usual bat channel. No. Yes.
Yes. Sorry. Munchkin. Live is fun.
Yes.
Yes. Between 6:30 and 7. Eastern. We'll start the VCAN. And yes, hopefully everyone can come out, show us what you're working on. Because white gets boring.
Yeah, it was sparkly though.
It is sparkly, but I don't think I'll get it finished by the end of December. I don't know if she allows whips anyways.
No. Yeah, well, we think their whips are included, so there's more encouragement.
Oh dear. That's a lot of repeats.
So how many skeins of yarn do you think you have left?
I have one
What do you think you'll
skein.
need? Do you think you're going to need to buy more?
I'm thinking I might need one more skein. I'm really nervous about that. That's why I'm debating the Knit Picks order right now.
Okay.
Especially with their big sale.
I have not looked. I'm not looking.
But
I looked. I was
speckled.
impressed.
Okay, good. I'm not looking.
Yeah. I'm not impressed by the fact that there's free shipping to Australia and England and the United States, but not to Canada.
Ouch.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just think, Andrea, for the wheel. Do not buy the Knit Picks. Buy the wheel.
I don't need it. I see, but I don't know.
I feel myself
That's
like
true.
sliding down that crazy slide, at like the carnivals, and it's like the bumpy one, and you're like, no, I just want to get back up there, and it's like, no, you're sliding further down.
All the hassle I had with Knit Picks last year's sale, it's really not worth it.
That's true.
Even though I did get a gift certificate for like $20, which that was kind of nice, but again, it just like dealing with the lost orders and this and that, whatever, and things being cart jacked and whatever. And I still have half of that yarn because I haven't used it yet. So I mean, I still have a sweater quantity. I still have 6 skeins of Fleechy. So that's really irresponsible of me to purchase more yarn.
True. There's no room in my yarn closet. That's what I keep telling myself.
And to be honest, I'm running out of space. I don't have a big space for my stash. I'm actually hoping to go to IKEA soon and getting a cabinet to kind of put some of my knickknacks in and yarn. Because I have a pile of knickknacks on the corner of my desk over here on my craft table that I really need the space for my craft stuff. And then my yarn shelf over here, which is only too high of a wire rack, so not much. And then I have 2 bins of stuff. It's all my nice stuff is here. So I have 2 racks of nice stuff, and then I have 2 bins full of acrylic and line brand stuff.
Yeah.
Just random stuff.
Yeah, I just went to IKEA last week, I think. Got my nephew one of the expedites for his room, or whatever they call them now, calyx.
I don't know what anything is, but we need to get desks for the kids and bookshelves, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They really need something to do in their room quietly, like sit and color or something. So
you're going to make them build IKEA furniture?
Yes. They just need to learn how to use tools and build things.
It's all pictures. Kids probably have an easier time of it than grown-ups. So. But yeah, I've got that much left plus 1 more ball.
I mean, that looks like a lot. But you think you're going to still need another one?
I think so. Because I did the large one, it calls for 600 grams.
Okay.
And I have 500.
Okay.
Because I had 5 balls. But I don't know. The fact that I've only got 9 rows left and then the edge.
But aren't they getting larger each row?
Yeah.
Not right now, no. Because it's just lace work.
Oh, yeah.
They're actually staying the same.
You're not increasing. Do you do any increasing in the edge? The edges.
It's.
If a pattern calls for 600, you're probably going to need another one.
Yeah.
Have you looked through any of the project pages and seen if...
I don't think many of them did it to the full specs. I don't think anyone's.
Are you using the same size needle as the pattern calls for? Are you getting gauge? Oh, okay.
So that's the edge there.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you do that so seamlessly? And mine was all crazy.
Lots and lots of practice.
Magic.
Even though it's kind of fun to watch.
Yep. But yeah, I'll probably need 1 more, which means I have to place an order.
Oh, shucks.
Have it shipped to me and then come visit.
There you go.
Or ship it to Andrea and then make Andrea come visit you to try out the ball liner.
Yeah, we can do that.
Me being devious.
I want to come down there anyways to go to Joann's to get some tulle.
I live right by Joann's.
She does. I've been there.
You're welcome to come back too, Jen.
Oh, God. That was a drive.
Figure out how to drive long trips and just come.
Maybe not when it's winter the next time.
Not.
Not as fun.
You didn't deal with much. You didn't deal with bad weather, though. Did
no,
you?
It was just, there was snow, I remember.
It was snow on Saturday when we went out. But
yeah, and then, you just walk around and you get your pants all wet and stuff. But now we're just waffling about weather and snow. So
now I want waffles again.
I have my Andy's mints that I'm going to go nom on.
Oh, jealous.
Since we're talking about food and we're going to waffle anyway, we had a Thanksgiving potluck at work yesterday, and I don't cook, so I'm like, what can I bring? And I brought Andy's mints because at holidays, my grandmother lets us have Andy's mints, and that's the only time. Like, my grandmother is an Andy's mint, like, policeman, apparently. We're like, Grandma, can we No, it's not Thanksgiving or Christmas. So I bought 3 boxes, and I brought them to work, and I'm like, well, if nobody eats them, then they will be mine. So I got, like, 2.5 boxes left.
Yeah.
So
those hold a special place in my heart. That's what my dad used to bring home from us when he went on business trips, because they used to leave them on his pillow at the hotels.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people have really nice associations with it. Like, I brought them over to my desk, and people were like, oh, I didn't even see those. Did you bring those in? Oh, my God. I remember these from holidays. So Andy's mints, they're like a holiday thing.
They always remind me of Olive Garden. That's all I got.
Really?
They get them after Olive Garden. I mean, they're not official. They're not officially Andy's. They probably are, but they have an Olive Garden wrapper on it.
Yeah. Oh, endless breadsticks. That was a good time.
Endless food poisoning.
No, well, you didn't get food poisoning when you went out.
Not that time, but no, later that year. Yeah. Earlier this summer.
Buy an Andy's mints and just go to Panera.
I haven't been to Olive Garden since.
Panera was yummy.
I have a Panera by me too.
I know.
Come visit me. I have all the things over here.
And a spare bedroom.
I have Joann's, Michael's, like
16 yarn stores.
3 yarn stores that are literally like 20 minutes away in a radius. 2 that are closer. Lots of fun things. Panera.
I have a McDonald's and an Ocean State job lot.
I have a Starbucks.
That's it.
I've got Timmy's.
We didn't get Starbucks. We have Tim Hortons. Nah, not really close. There's one in the mall. Like a mall. So whoever wants to come visit me.
Andrea has all the things.
And I like guests.
And
I
no sales tax.
I bought a griddle. I can make pancakes now too.
Nice.
Goodness. All right.
I do have a waffle iron too.
And Andrea's going to start coming to VKNs again, right?
Oh, maybe.
No pressure, Andrea. The people are watching.
Just live.
Now we have 13 people watching us when we're waffling about Andy's mints. Like, the beginning, 4 people. And we love all of you for being here, but, like, this is what they come for. Apparently. I don't know.
And zombie babies.
Oh, God. I don't know that Andrea knows what that is.
No idea.
You don't want it.
Lucky you.
He's a twisted individual, is what I'm going to say. I really hope I'm knitting this properly because I haven't been paying any attention.
I stopped knitting when you guys were doing stash enabling because I just kept knitting after looking at the pretties. So now I need to take back.
Oh, goodness. So, if you celebrate American Thanksgiving next week, have fun, be safe, don't kill anybody on Black Friday.
I'm stuck at home. Not that I want to go out, but kids have no school, so.
Consider, if there are companies out there that have their employees working on Thanksgiving and you happen to need to go in for something, just say thank you. Be nice. Be nice to each other. Because what the needs now is love, sweet love. Yeah. Anyway, I think
I'm flashing back to Jeanette now.
What?
Stitcher. That's one of her favorite things is be nice to each other.
Oh. Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
Nope.
Can't really.
So happy Turkey Day.
Poke. Let's just go, because now I'm just poking the camera. I'm poking the camera with my knitting needle. Why not?
All right. Everyone have a wonderful week.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming.
If you like Andrea, tell us in the comments so we can make her come back.
Or go check out my podcast when I occasionally do that.
That too.
Yes. All right.
Okay, Jen, stop.
No.